I got a question recently asking why am I bullish in the market right now where everyone else is bearish? Now in this video, I'm going to be going over the reasons why I am extremely bullish in the crypto market right now, although everyone else is bearish. Before we jump into that, let's go into the charts and give you an understanding of how the market is currently reacting to the volatility we had over the last 2 weeks. Now, we're still within this range bound price action on BTC. Last week, we saw BTC tap into around the regions of 93K and we came straight back down and we tapped into the regions of around 87K. Now, I was telling you guys, I am buying as BTC taps into the regions of 88 to 86 to 84K. Similarly, on Ethereum, I also placed an order for a long as well. Now, I'm not in any positions. It was a scalp position long, and I am expecting BTC to go lower. So let's address the current situation and what I'm expecting for BTC to do over the next week. Now, we had this strike into our key PDA, fair value gap on the weekly time frame. This holds a lot of value. Now, we did not tap into the regions of 100K. That was my first upside target. We did not tap into that. Now, we have a lot of liquidity resting above down here. Therefore, that's why I'm expecting BTC to at least tap into this region first before we get a pullback and continue higher. So what I'm expecting over the course of the next week, and I will take a long position, I am expecting BTC to come and take out these lows down here. So I'm looking at the regions of 84K. Now there's two scenarios down here. We're going to go into the daily time frame. There's two scenarios because essentially we can take a high risk setup as of right now. We can take a position and have a very large stop loss just below down here. However, you need to keep in mind the downside risk. The downside risk is that we do come in and take out the lows down here. Now your upside risk is we don't come and take out these lows down here, and we would only come and take out previous week's low, tap into the 78.6, so it'll be 87.2K, and we will move up from there. So this is why you want to position yourself correctly, and maybe what you want to do is open half of a position down here right now, and the rest of your position can be open as we move lower down here, or you can be sidelined with the anticipation that we will come lower and price will move to the upside. Those are the two scenarios. However, I am bullish regardless of what happens, regardless of whether we come down here or whether we just come and pull back into this region and continue moving to the upside. Now that comes on to my first point regarding why I'm bullish. When have we ever had a bear season when everyone is calling for it? When BTC was at the all-time highs, we were looking at around the regions of 126K. No one was saying we're dropping from here. Everyone was calling price to be much higher, 200, 500, 1 million BTC. So why is it that as BTC drops down here now, everyone's calling lower price, BTC at 40K, 50K, 60K? We never get a bear season when people are calling for it. Similarly, we never get a bull season when people are calling for it as well. My second point is every cycle ends with an alt season. Now we've had the bullish move on BTC to the upside. We had Ethereum move, but not as much as BTC has moved. And I'm going to come on to Ethereum in a second. And usually every single time we have the move to the upside on BTC, it's always followed by Ethereum moving to the upside, creating all-time highs aggressively, and then followed by an alt season where the alts will move aggressively to the upside. We have not yet had that. Now, let's just go onto Ethereum and show you what I'm looking at on Ethereum. And I'll go into some key points that I'm looking at in terms of the alts and why I feel like we're not in a bear cycle just yet. For Ethereum, I may take a position on Ethereum rather than BTC. I'm already in a long from the bottom down here. I took a scalp position down here and I closed out my position on Ethereum for the long. I did take a short 2 weeks ago. That position's also closed out now. Now, what I'm expecting on Ethereum, and the risk to reward could be better on Ethereum down here, because I'm expecting Ethereum to do at least 4 times the amount of where we are right now, around 8K. Now, this could be your swing term long position. So weekly on Ethereum, what I'm seeing right now, We've got a bearish engulfing candle, engulfing 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of price action. We took out the lows down here at around 2.8K. However, I wanted to see Ethereum drop a bit lower, tapping into this region down here, around the regions of 2.7K. And if we can get the lows swept at 2.6K. Now, I don't think we're going to come into that region and sweep 2.6K. But what I can expect to see is Ethereum tapping into at least the 61.8 at 2.7K. I will be looking for longs around these regions. Now, if we don't get that daily time frame, let's remove this. Daily time frame, what we can see, we've got a fib from A. This is a new fib now. A, B, C, rejection 78.6. So what we may get is just that sweep of these lows down here. And you can see I've got alert set just above down here. But what we can get is a sweep of these lows down here, and we'll get the move to the upside. So I want to see if we can get that move to the downside anywhere around the regions of 2,871 Ethereum. And then we could look for longs from these regions here, stop loss below down here. Now, again, your downside risk is that we do come in and take out the lows down here. However, I don't want to not take a position and be sidelined because we may not come into those regions down here and we may just move up from here onwards. That's why I feel like it's good to open some of your position now, and you can open the rest of the position as we move down as a dollar cost average. Let's go on to one of the alts. I'm going to go into algo. So looking at algo, why I am bullish, especially on algo right now. Let's zoom right out, monthly time frame. Look at where we are. Alts are already priced like it's over. We're at all-time lows. If you look at most of the alts right now, we are very, very low. Algo is one of them. Most alts are already near or at all-time lows. And if we are truly entering into a bearish market, that would mean everything is basically dead. And historically, that's just not how crypto cycles end. Limited downside, massive, massive upside. You can see from here, we're almost at zero, but the upside potential, even just to $1, if we buy right now, is almost a 10x. To $2, we've got 15x. So if we are supposedly in a bearish cycle, we will be melting and it will be game over for most of the alts, and that would be it. Now, the final thing I want to mention is to stop listening to crypto Twitter. Most crypto influencers do not make money through trading. They make it through posting, specifically on Twitter. Fear gets clicks. Bearish posts go viral. If they were consistently profitable, they wouldn't need to tweet every 15 minutes. The final point I want to make is the fear and greed index. So right now, I'm going to go back into Ethereum right now. As we move lower, we are in extreme fear. People are shitting themselves. They are thinking it's game over. And this is where smart money, if you're an experienced trader, you've experienced 2 or 3 different crypto cycles, you would know the best time to buy is when people are fearful. And this is why I believe this is the best time to buy right now. And if you are afraid of leverage trading, the best thing you can do is to spot buy and hold your position until we get the move to the upside and the alt season. Real bear markets don't start with fear. They start with hope. So right now, we have fear, we have disbelief, and we have boredom as well. And that's normally what happens before we get the bigger move to the upside. That's not how bear markets begin. That's how they end or reverse. Now, let's go on weekly time frame on Ethereum. Now, you normally can notice when a bottom is getting printed because we get price action like this. Look at this. We get price action like this, right? You can see we get a lot of accumulation first. We may get manipulation to the downside. Then we'll get the bigger move to the upside. So I'm just addressing the question that I got asked about why am I bullish when everyone else is bearish right now in the crypto market? And you will regret not buying at these prices, specifically the alts, spot buying the alts. Therefore, I advise for you to do your research, to understand the cycles, to understand the type of way I trade. Now, if you like these videos, I trade the ICT strategy and it works very well. The way I trade the ICT strategy on crypto is I don't go to the 15-minute time frame. I look at the 1 hour. I look at the 4 hour and I look at the daily. I apply the knowledge that I have, the experience that I have in the past over the last 2 or 3 cycles, and I use that experience to buy, leverage trade, and also spot buy. So if you like these types of videos, smash that subscribe button, like, share, and comment, and I'll see you in the next video.